So Jack's going through all of his emails. I don't know why.
I don't want them anymore.
He's a grown up.
Fuck that. Like, I look at my emails. I'm like, all right, I ignore. Like, whenever something new comes up, it's gonna be above everything else, anyways. So I'm like, what the hell do I care?
Remember Juiced?
That's why I don't email you.
Email is silly.
I mean, you shouldn't be emailing me. You should just be hitting me up through either Messenger or some form of a message, quick message, not emails.
Are you separating us? It cannot be in your professional life either.
The emails are just so point. Like, yeah, that's true. You hate emails, Jack.
No, I do.
You're like anti-emails and anti-fax, which I'm on board with as well. But
who would want fax or emails?
I work at a bank, so I have to have all that lovely.
No, you don't. If
technology.
you want, you could start changing the world.
You could be the change.
World.
Big Sean told me one man can change the world. That one man could be you.
Welcome to DRULcast, where you can play till you drool.
Yo, DRULcast, play till you drool. You better tune in, you don't wanna be a fool. True Eyes and J-Spin, gaming on a PC and Xbox 360. Achievement whoring is the only way. Getting headshots on a nice sunny summer day. Zombie stalking, this podcast talking. DRULcast is here, so tune in often. Yeah, welcome to DRULcast. Yeah, welcome to DRULcast.
Make it happen.
Inspirational.
Make it happen, dude.
That's funny. So yeah, as you guys could hear, that is Juan. What's going on, dude?
Who just
What's up,
signed
brothers?
on to Xbox.
What's up, peoples?
And we also got Jack, and then myself. Hi, hello.
Hi.
Welcome to DRULcast 116. I haven't done my intro in 2 weeks, but that's all right.
Have you not?
Huh?
I'm just happy about it.
You haven't?
No, I didn't do it last week.
What are these things?
They're called emails, Jack.
I just don't know what these emails are. Like, I don't remember this stuff.
So apparently Jack just got a beta invite. What game was it?
Oh, no. I had already read it and used it. It was for Lost Planet 2, though. I found my demo
beta.
code
Jesus.
for Lost Planet 2.
12, 13.
Damn. I love that game. That game was awesome.
It was okay. I wasn't a fan. I know you and Chris really liked it.
Oh, it's good with
It was with friends and shit.
teamwork and friendship.
You know, holy shit! You know what? It just hit me. That game reminds me a lot of that other game that we were playing. We were playing on 3DS. What was it?
Monster Hunter.
Yeah, Monster Hunter.
Which I'm still down to play. I just don't like playing by myself.
You don't like playing by yourself? Yeah, no, I hate it. I didn't hate the game. It's just weird. The controls are weird. Like, doing anything in that game is just really bad. Movement, camera angles, item usage. I hated a lot of it. I mean, I'll play it, but I hated a lot of it. How's Metal Gear? Because I know that's what you've kind of been focused on. Wow, this guy. What happened there?
It was funny because you were talking, nobody said anything, and then he just like acted like nobody said anything.
I'm just gonna let it go.
Because I'm like, what is this guy doing?
Oh, that's a fucking dick move.
I mean, you guys were talking.
You gotta keep it moving.
You guys were talking, and I was like just focusing on stuff, and I realized that like you finished talking, and nobody started talking.
Like,
I didn't know what you guys were talking about anymore, so I just like I have nothing to say. And then
Silence.
I thought you would say something. Like, hey guys, thanks.
At least throw me a lifeline. Jesus
I thought
Christ.
you were gonna say something.
I'm drowning and shit, and you guys are over there just fucking like,
drowned.
I'm gone.
You're gone. Yeah,
I'm long gone. You guys fucking threw me on the bus.
Man, that was
fucking. You guys were the ones riding the bus.
That was funny. And then you started talking, like I said, and you didn't say anything else about it.
If nobody's gonna fucking throw me a lifeline, I'm gonna go ahead and switch it.
I just wanted you to feel the loneliness that I've been feeling
when you what?
I play by myself.
Oh god.
That's it right there.
So
that was funny.
I'm leaving that in. I don't care.
That was funny.
What How's because I know out of all of us, you're the only one playing it. How's Metal Gear 1?
Awesome, man.
The Phantom Pain.
Yeah, the story mode itself, it's to anything but itself, because this is so like lifelike, and this is a prequel and
realistic.
Yeah, it's something which is cool because they try to make it as like, oh, the technology we have now, it's something which has been out since the 80s, which could possibly be true. I'm not one to be in the bases of armies and all. Nonetheless, it's something in which they make it seem like, oh, that is like now, but yet they mix in a little bit of a throwback with you stealing cassettes from the enemy bases.
So
every now and then,
yeah,
I just find myself hearing a take on me. Nonetheless, it's something which really, really defines the stories. Really gets you to know the antagonist, or let me put that in quotations, antagonist of the Metal Gear series, because all phone battles, if I may. But I'm trying to throw much out there without trying to
boil it,
ruin people's hard work.
You learn a lot more from like the background or
and it is amazing. I mean, because you should see everybody from the past. It's kind of like a better explanation of Gotham. You know how the Gotham show is just kind of like, oh, this is a prequel to everything.
You're talking to the wrong people when it comes to TV.
Well, something I got into because I was bored, but it's a prequel nonetheless of everything there.
Yeah.
But the thing is that the Metal Gear better because they structured it. It's not forced. Like, I feel like Gotham themselves forced everybody in there. Like, they met everybody right at the beginning.
Meet everyone.
Yes, like right at the beginning. This was all set up.
So the Phantom Pain is slowly like introducing people that eventually that because you played the other games.
Yeah, like they don't even explain anything. Like so far, what I've played, you have to kind of like put the A and B together to get C. Is like pretty cool. It's like, oh,
and
this
that's
is
why
sick.
I avoided it.
I mean, you don't have to. You should appreciate it more. Trust me, this game is amazing. As far as like, just being able to enjoy its game for its natural beauty and how it plays. I love how free it is.
It looks great. I've seen you play it. I've been over your house and seen it, and no, it looks amazing. I really do like it, but it just seems like extremely time consuming. Like there's just so much to do that if you're one of those people that like if you're like a perfectionist, for example, you're never gonna it's gonna take a while. Did multiplayer come out for that yet?
No, Tuesday.
Oh shit. So this week is going to be pretty interesting. Actually,
and I think this is actually going to be one of the best multiplayers out there. I mean, I've seen videos of the playability of it, and it still has that openness. I mean, granted, it's
there is a multiplayer-ish game already, though, right? Like a little meta game where you go in and infiltrate people's bases, right?
They haven't released it. It's going to be all coming out at the same time.
I see. Because I've seen people do that already, like infiltrate other bases and try to steal the crates.
I haven't had any problems with my base. I set up my cameras.
That's funny.
I haven't had anybody mess around with me. Just the game itself throws a mission at you in which you have to kind of learn how to defend it or learn how to take over people.
Yeah.
But I guess it hasn't really kicked on fully because I want to see all my friends and I really can't add them. Because you could actually add your friends as your support list. So like if you're ever in trouble, you could contact them or just tag people. Like, fuck that guy. That guy's my rival. Go to his base every single time I get the chance to just fucking wreck his shit up. But it's not like available to you, it seems. Because I don't see, like I said, I don't see any of my allies, or I don't know if I have to separately add them. I would assume it will pop in from your friends list, and I would have seen Bullethead and
everyone else, yeah.
So on mission 2.
Last week, Jack brought something up that I was like, no, you gotta hold it for next week when Juan is on. Which is games like obviously a game like Metal Gear, 5, Phantom Pain, like it has such an elaborate story, like campaign, single player campaign. And last week, I don't know. I mean, what was the exact question, Jack? Do you remember? It was just like it was stories, right, or campaigns?
You guys want to cheese it? I kind of do.
Cheese it. Give me one.
Oh
yeah. My God. What great audio this week is gonna have, huh?
I think the question was, I was asking Oz, what do you think about Black Ops 3 not having a campaign on 360 and PS3 despite there being one on PS4 and Xbox One? I think that was the question. Does that sound right?
Sure.
That's dirty.
And then you were like, wait for it, whatever.
Well,
get into it, Juan. Let him have it.
I said wait off on the question just because there's a lot like behind like that. Like that's just one thing. So, yeah. I mean, what do you think, Juan, on that end?
I think that's dirty. I mean, honestly, I haven't been much on the interworld or the find out much of this information, but that's just grimy. Just because one of my main things that I play video games is that I play video games to find the reason why is this what I'm doing? Why am I doing in this game? Why is this happening? Granted, I understand that the Call of Duty for
community,
community killing each other, releasing stress, raging. But the thing is, honestly, I would like some structure for my loneliness time. No, it's really something which I like. This is why I really play the game. That's why I love Metal Gear. You guys are busy doing something I could actually not worry about it.
I mean, it is messed up, dude. But is there any reason like really behind it other than it just doesn't fit on the disc? Like, I don't know.
No, I'm sure it fits. Of course it does.
So what?
Their campaigns are like 2 hour long anyway.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's true too. Like they're really short campaigns. I don't know how this one. Actually, Black Ops 2 I think had a long campaign. It was at least like I want to say at least 6 hours, which for a game like that is pretty long considering the majority of the people that get it are only going to play multiplayer anyways.
Well, maybe that's why they did it right there.
That's the only reason why. But fuck, still the same
suck
price.
At this, so let's just eliminate it.
The same price, and they can't just take like, a couple extra months just to work in the campaign, even if you have to like make it shittier or something. Like I don't know. Like, is that even fair to say that it's gonna be a shittier version of the campaign?
I just don't think they wanted to waste time and money on it. That's all. I think that's all it is.
Development of it.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, that does suck though. I'd be pissed if I don't know though, because realistically, like, how will achievements work?
I guess there's no achievements.
There's just no achievements at all on the
for that
360 or on PS3, right?
Yeah.
That's just weird. I don't know. I mean, but look, when it comes to stories, right? Like Juan, like you were saying, Metal Gear has this elaborate story and all this other shit, and that's why that's what you enjoy playing on like alone time. So when it comes down to a game that we recently played, which is Rainbow Six Siege, that came out and they blatantly said, hey, there's no single player campaign. The only single player like thing or like game mode that you're gonna have is that terrorist hunt that we played, and you can do that in lone wolf mode, which is just you by yourself trying to eliminate things, which is, I mean, first off, almost impossible, especially if you play on realism or realistic or whatever mode it was. But at that rate, is it still fair to charge like $60 for something that doesn't include like a core game? Like I don't know. It's weird.
Oh yeah, I understand.
I mean, and it also happened again with Evolve, another game that we played, Titanfall.
But I mean, that was like obvious. It was like, hey, we're not putting in campaign. The Black Ops thing is different because there is campaign
that's why. Yeah.
on new or current generation consoles, and last generation there is no campaign. So I think that's the first time that's ever happened.
Yeah, that's why when
That was the question. Yeah.
when you asked the question, I was like, "There's different stories here because there's two different things." So I just wanted to clarify that. I mean, honestly, I think it's fucked up on the first half, but on the second half, like, is it still fair though to still charge like $60 for a full retail game that's not really? I mean, first off, it's not even compatible offline, right? Because what are you gonna do?
Right. Yeah,
Like-
sure, it's fair. Yeah, of course it's fair.
Really?
Yeah, well, we gotta look at
my
what's
answer to that
fair.
is fuck no, but
You gotta think what's fair. Fair is, I guess the question is it okay for a developer to charge whatever they want for their game? The answer is yes. Do you want to pay $60 for that? You may say no, and then just don't do it. But I mean, I don't think it's fair, unfair. That doesn't really exist in that thing. Like, I felt $60 was fair for Titanfall. It's still one of my favorite games of
no,
this
but
generation.
see, wait, Jack.
You know?
Just because I understand your points, people gotta eat, gotta bring
Alright.
money to the table. I understand that point. I respect that point. You see, comparing it to Titanfall, there, buddy. See, the story is implemented in the online.
Right.
I don't know if you've seen that, but as you progress, it's not levels necessarily, but as you went through each segment there, it gave you a little glimpse, and at the loading screen, it's like, oh, this is why. It gives you a why. It's not like, go kill yourself. You know?
Yeah.
And that's kind of going to be the difference between the Call of Duty series, a lot of these other, because the Rainbow Six, at least from when I was experiencing there, those little clips that they give you of the personnel, that at least give you like a purpose why that person is there. Why are they doing this?
But
So-
that's why the person is there. That's not why they're doing certain things. So, I mean, but the story behind Rainbow Six is always the same. It's you have terrorists versus soldiers. It's always the same, no matter what. But like that doesn't stop the fact that it's not a story. Like, at the end of the day, that's not a story, you know? Like, you're still going to, like, your army people, whatever, your military is still going to go after terrorists. Like, that's going to be the number one thing. But there's no real, like, backstory to why they're set up in this building, why they're set up in this, whatever mansion thing. Or
we don't
any of
know if
those
they're
other
gonna,
ones.
release anything regarding that. If there's any clips of that sort, or if they're gonna pull a throwback and just give us a synopsis of the game, and that's how games are gonna be from now on. Oh, you want to know what's going on? Okay, just read those.
read the subtitles. Read the loading screen. I mean, yeah, there's reason why each person is there, but there's no like main reason why everybody as a unit is put together, you know?
Mhm.
That's what's missing from that. I mean, sure, Titanfall had their little. I mean, is it even fair to call that a campaign? I don't really think that was a campaign. That's just multiplayer.
It had story. It had reason.
What is it?
It was
not a
multiplayer.
campaign.
It was multiplayer with loading screen video, like with videos. Like, that's all it was.
But that's all it is. Sometimes it is. I mean, are these guys even offering anything of that sort? At least like take up space on the disc. I don't know. It's just like the content, like discrepancy between the two is getting me, and kind of.
Look at Evolve. Evolve was the same thing too.
But it didn't like limit per console. Like, oh, if you're not on the PC, you can't.
No, yeah. That's
Well, honestly, that's the only time I could compare it to.
Evolve was the same thing. Evolve was, I mean, taking the 360 versus Xbox One, like, what is it, Black Ops 3 scenario, taking that off, all three games are the same thing. All multiplayer, all lack a single player, and it's still a full retail game. Like, I don't know. If that's where things are going, like, that's kind of shitty.
It is.
Why?
Because it's like, okay, since the development of game is getting much more expensive. I mean, I understand once again. I am like at this point, I guess this is when the argument comes up. would you A, rather pay more for games, or B, just be limited what's offered to you? Because it's like, oh, you want more content, you want more story, then pay more. So I guess
We broke
guess
this
some
down a
fans-
while ago, didn't we? I remember we spoke about this, Jack, on an episode. I don't remember which one, where we were like, if you want to play the campaign of a game, it's like $20, and if you want to play the multiplayer, it's like an extra $40 or something like that.
Yeah, or whatever. Yeah, we talked
Yeah,
about that.
yeah. I think,
You know, it's getting to that point in which, like,
Release-
oh, you gotta pay for each separate.
dude, releasing shit like, but still, releasing things at that point would be so much better, because now you have the people that, you know, back to Call of Duty, the people that want to play the multiplayer will only play the $40. If you're interested in the story, pay an extra $20, and you get both of them for your $60, which is the full retail title, right? But then you look at something like Metal Gear, where it's all, or right now at least, it's all story. So, like, you have to kind of break down the pricing and see exactly, like, what
But that's $60.
is what. That from the jump should be $60.
Why?
But something, because how much, like, how elaborate it is. Have you seen
But
any
there's no
gameplay for it?
multiplayer.
Yet. Multiplayer is
they're
coming out on
releasing it
Tuesday.
It doesn't matter. I'm
It's-
just saying, like, in general, though, like, there's other games that are single player only that have zero multiplayer. Does that mean they shouldn't be $60?
Say that again?
There are games that have zero multiplayer in them. Does that mean that they should not be $60?
I guess
If
the
multiplayer
question
only
is
games-
content.
Well, I'm just saying, what if it's a 6-hour game, but it's like like I heard BioShock, they didn't have any multiplayer in
They
it.
didn't have multiplayer, but it had an elaborate or like a crazy story.
So it's
yeah,
worth $60.
I'll see, but that's where this whole breaking down thing becomes a
Like
flaw.
content and replayability.
You're not gonna replay.
You're gonna play
by
BioShock one
default.
time.
But yeah, BioShock. You're not gonna play that again.
I mean,
Yeah.
now if you want to complete achievements, like, it's
But that's
that's what they do to make games that you could replay and replay. Like, I'm gonna replay the shit out of those.
All right, so
Metal
let's
Gear.
say it takes 20 hours to complete BioShock. I don't know what it is, but let's say it's 20 hours. And then you go back through a second time, but you do a little bit faster. So you finish this one in 15 hours. So now you have 35, let's just say 40 hours, we'll round up. 40 hours total in BioShock. But a game like Call of Duty, you're probably going to be spending over 100 hours in multiplayer for the same price.
focused
So-
on just one thing.
Yeah. So is it worth, like, or is each worth what you're paying? Is what I'm saying. You're spending a fraction of the time playing BioShock, and you're gonna complete it, but you're still not even gonna be halfway to probably what you're spending time on Call of Duty for.
Time is money.
Hmm?
Yeah, pretty much.
If that's the case, all have their own valid points. Online,
Yeah, they both have their pros and cons. It's just like, it's still, I don't know, man. Like, there has to be some like midway to kind of balance it off.
Well,
you know?
that's the thing. Does it need to be balanced though? I mean,
I-
we're all like,
it's
oh,
obviously-
no campaign, bad thing, but no multiplayer.
I'm not
is
saying
not a
campaigns
bad
is
thing.
bad.
I'm saying like no campaign. People are like, oh, why don't you put campaign? Not just you, but just like the internet,
general,
the gamers, whatever you want to call it.
we're so used to people. That's why we're so used to just like hearing the explanation why we're doing this. I mean, honestly, at this point in time for Call of Duty, I'm like, okay, we get it. Team A versus Team B. All right, get it over. So I guess that's me offering them defense. This just whatever two sides don't agree. There is maybe some. Honestly, I can barely remember the campaign.
I don't remember any of the campaigns. Let's be honest.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah. Like I guess, and that's when a single player that has only story matters. Is when you actually remember the campaign. When it has influence. I wouldn't say influence your life because you're not gonna have to and be like, this is my life now. But wow, this has been a great game. Like, this is what I'm experiencing with Metal Gear. It's like, holy shit, this is art. This is fucking art.
So then it doesn't really matter if Call of Duty doesn't have a campaign for $60 because nobody remembers them, and you
I
put
don't
in
want to
more
say
time
nobody
on
remembers
multiplayer.
them. I'm just saying like the way I personally play, I don't remember it. However, like Call of Duty 4, I can't tell you shit about the story other than there was the only the like set pieces that really matter are the ones that I remember. So there was a scene, and the only reason I remember this is because it was an extremely big deal, where it was like, oh, do you want to skip the scene, yes or no? It was the airport scene where you have to kill the people when you were playing as the bad guys. Like, that's a pretty fucked up scene, and the only reason I remembered it is because of that. It gave me the option, like, hey, you're about to witness something so fucked up that it's fucked up. Like, do you want to play it, yes or no? So obviously I remember that. But other than that, I don't remember jack shit from that campaign. The only thing that I do remember is me, Juan, and Chris just tearing shit up on multiplayer, making people quit, having a laugh about it, and playing nonstop. Like, I remember those games. So yeah, in a way, like, fuck campaign, but there's still those people that like that. I mean,
some people who, rage out on the campaign and can't play the campaign, they go back to, they rage out on the online, so they go back to the campaign, kill people who they kill, just put it on easy mode, It's like, I wish that was you, True Oz, I hate you, I'll teabag you. But I don't know, I guess that's why. And then maybe some parents, like, the online is dangerous. The mature game campaign is...
That's a whole nother argument with parents and kids and shit.
But I'm just saying, hey, man, the kids we come across playing online is ridiculous, and then how ignorant they end up being. That's an argument for another.
Well, here's the thing too, right? So one of my latest obsessions, and Jack can attest to this, has been Rocket League. And I paid $15 for it, and it's it's only multiplayer. I could play in offline mode, but it's kind of boring. Like, well, not boring, but it's against AI, and like, what fun is playing against AI, And that was just $15. Like, and you can play the fuck out of the multiplayer. Like, that's where the fun is at, Yeah. So how does I guess the development process behind I don't even know what to call it, a race, like a sport game?
Cars is sport.
Cars
is sport, so sport, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Cars scoring. I don't know what genre that falls in, but whatever it may be, developing something like that versus developing a first-person shooter, like, how different? Like, obviously it's different, So how can one get away with 15 and the other with 60, and it being just online?
Good question.
Like, that's, at the end of the day, like, that's kind of where the argument kind of falls in place, because there's just too much behind it.
What would you have paid for Rocket League if it wasn't 15? If you could be like, this is the most I would have paid for this game.
This is the most that I would have...
If you had to pick a price, and that was the most you would pay.
That's a hard question. I mean, because it's like, hey, here it is. It's 15. But Steam is also kind of known for not... for the most part, they're set prices. Like, well, fuck, you know what I mean. Like, you know what you're going to pay for. Like, there's your free category, there's your under 10 category, and then there's, under 20, and then everything else is always the high tier stuff, like your $60 retail titles, right?
Sure.
So there's those categories that you kind of set your mind to, and that's kind of what you base it off
of. What if it was
in
in the full retail category?
If the game was $60, I don't think it would be... I don't know, man.
Because you paid $60 for Titanfall.
And it's only multiplayer. Exactly. Yeah. That's true.
But it had so much things you could do, so many activities.
There was a lot behind that.
I guess that's what I'm saying. So when you asked, is it fair or whatever, like a long 20 minutes ago, that's really what it comes down to. Is what's fair isn't really like. If I make a game, I want to charge $100 for it. That doesn't mean if it's fair or not. It's just what I feel my game is worth.
You know that?
That's what it is.
I forget the name of that game, and it's free, but you gotta wait on like a waiting list. It was at PAX East too, and I completely forgot the name of it. But it's a server with only 8 people. It's like I think it's like a Diablo style, like hack and slash type game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Only 8 people are allowed in at any given time, and as soon as you die, like you die, you cannot go back to play this game.
Oh, I remember.
You remember something about that?
Yeah, but that's all.
Would you pay to get into that game? Knowing that,
but it's not a game that I'm gonna play anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're not into something like that. All right,
Yeah.
hold on. If you played if Metal Gear Solid was like, look, this game is gonna cost you some amount, but you can only enjoy it. Or perfect example, GTA. If GTA did this, you can only play it, but once you die, you're gone. Like you cannot go back into it. Like how fucked up would that be?
Called life, Oscar. Called life. You die, you die. There's no price to life. It's priceless. As long as it's free, it's good. I'll play the game.
Cause no, that game just got me thinking. Like that's kind of fucked. I mean, it's a free game, but still, like if they started charging for that game, I'd be pretty pissed off.
Think about it. That's awesome. It's like, oh, you're gonna play a game called Life. Slash Life.
It's a game
I have
called
one
Life.
life in this
How
game.
much will you pay for it? So yeah, I mean, whatever. We'll leave that. We'll put a pen on it until something crazy happens in the future or coming soon. Because there's a bunch of games coming out, and who knows, there might be some crazy other payment structures coming out soon. So we'll see. What have you been playing, if anything, Jack?
I don't know. I think just Donkey Kong.
That's right. Yeah, we were talking about
That's it.
tropical freeze and how much you suck at games.
Oh, well, it's just a bad game, dude. That's pretty much all there is to it. It's just a bad game.
That's sad.
Why?
I don't know, cause Donkey
Such an
Kong.
influence.
Yeah, like that game. At least though, like what I remember of it was just so awesome, and for something to come out and just be bad is not good.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know. It is what it is, you know. Bad game.
Like, once they left the Super Nintendo,
Once it left that's where it got bad. Once it went to the Wii or Wii U,
Yeah,
because I
GameCube.
enjoyed 64.
Nintendo 64.
GameCube. That's right. Oh shit!
Nintendo
Yeah,
64.
we're missing so many fucking.
I like the song. Okay, I never got to finish the game.
Which one?
Donkey Kong song from the
Super Nintendo.
Super
Or-
Nintendo. Yeah.
on the 64.
Oh, I
Hey.
never played it on 64.
Donkey Kong, D-A. Donkey
Oh,
Kong is here. Come on.
I never
The
played it
rap
on
song.
64. Never
Donkey
played it.
Konga.
Oh yes, I love that, bro. I put on my Tito Puente on, bro. I was on point. I was on point. You want
Do
to
you-
messing with me, bro?
Do you know what Donkey Konga is, Jack? Do you remember that?
No.
Donkey
Oh my
Konga it came out for what? It was a N64,
GameCube.
right?
No, it's
GameCube?
GameCube.
Was it?
I actually do remember
I
that.
don't
And
know,
it
you
came with
know,
the
bro.
conga drums.
What to say?
I have it. I just don't. I don't remember what it came out for.
That's conga drums, right?
Yeah, it comes with Konga drums.
Yeah.
I still have them.
I want to play that right now, bro. My Spanish like roots is just coming out.
That's
Also
funny. I
merengue.
I still keep forgetting that I have that, and it was fun. I remember really enjoying myself playing that game, making beats.
Roots, man. Your Latin roots. Even if you're not Latin, you should get into it.
So on Android, that's kind of all that I've really been playing on. I mean, other than the normal, like, which I've said last week, Minecraft with Mark. Actually, I haven't played Minecraft with Mark this week. Now that I think about it, I played a shit ton of Rocket League though. But other than that, I've been playing this game called Pop the Lock. I don't know why. It's the dumbest game ever, as most mobile games are. And what saddens me is that Jack is like, he's right, but not right.
What am I right and not right about?
That all mobile games are the same.
Yeah, they're all the same. They're all stupid.
And they're yeah, exactly.
Dang, this was an awesome assignment that I did. Who wants it?
Assignment on.
Assignment. Like a assignment for a class.
Okay.
The assignment's 11 pages. I did an 11-page
Jesus.
assignment. I'm looking at this. I'm like, wow, I remember doing this now. It's freaking amazing. I have colors. I got graphs. I got code. Oh my gosh.
Got codes.
I've got code. Yeah, all mobile games are silly and stupid. All of them.
Dude, this game, it's a lock, right? Like
Yeah, silly
Like
and
you're-
stupid.
your typical just like lock and with the spin dial. And there's a bar that spins and a yellow dot that appears, and you have to stop the line on the dot,
Mm-hmm.
and then it bounces back to the other side, and it just keeps bouncing back and forth. Like, it just spins around the lock, and the dot appears in random places.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I want to say it's kind of like AA or any of those games, AA,
Right.
BB, up to, what, F or whatever?
No, I think there's probably way more than that.
Really?
there's like, yeah, I don't even know
the
what they
fuck
all
out
are,
of
but
here.
there's a lot.
And it's all the same shit. It's just, like, mixed up, right?
I think I've only done AA. I know there's
it's
UU,
so stupid.
and I haven't done that one, but I know
Oh
there's.
my god, I can't believe there's a U. Anyways, it's pretty much that, but not really. Just simplified, I guess. Even though AA is simple as is, but no, yeah, it's the same thing as that. Just, I mean, it's a fucking lock and you spin. But what I wanted to say is, for some reason, I've been trying to get achievements on Android, which I don't really understand why, but it gave me an achievement for, so it gives you the list, same thing on Steam and on Xbox and all that, you know, where it just tells you like, hey, here's what you need to do in order to get the achievement, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it says unlock 10, unlock 20, and unlock 30. So I figured after 30, this game is going to be stupid because literally it's just one little line bouncing,
Right.
you know, all the way around. So I'm like, once I get to 30, I'm going to stop because I don't care anymore. I get the achievement for 10. I get the achievement for 30, and for some reason, I don't see an achievement for 20. But when I go back in there, and the game is progressive, as in you can't go backwards. So it's not like how many can you get, and then it keeps going. So it's a countdown. You know, so you start at 1, you get 1, then it goes up to 2, 3, 4. It goes upwards instead of going down. So I can't get the 20 achievement anymore. Like, I've passed 20 plenty of times and I got the 30 and now I can't fucking get
I got problems.
Get the 20. So yeah, now I'm like, well, what the fuck, Android? Like, fix your shit. We have issues. I don't know. I don't even know who to email on that. Like, I want my achievement.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do I email the developer? Like, what the fuck happens now?
I don't know.
Anyways, that's all I got. Rocket League and Pop the Lock.
Cool.
That's a cool name. Pop Lock.
Pop the Lock. You got anything, Juan? Anything else other than
Metal Gear and our lovely endeavors with
Rainbow Six Siege? What do you think? What did you think about it, despite the lack of story mode? What did you think of the beta?
Well, it's a beta, so it really can't get much.
I mean, it's a
about the
beta.
graphics and
Nah, dude. I think
Like,
the graphics
that's-
are gonna be at that. Like, that's what you're gonna get.
not necessarily the graphics, but like the way that it doesn't blend. You've seen how there was like a lot
A lot of what?
of loading objects, like freaking.
Yeah, I mean, those are bug fixes. I think things like that will most likely get fixed.
In general, I mean, it's what's games are turning to be. It's arcade games. Arcade. They're all turning into sports games.
Esports, yeah.
It's just getting to the point like you're just.
This game has
Sit down.
CS:GO written all over it. Like, it's pretty much identical to CS:GO in the way that it presents the picture, you know, the icon of the player that you picked, like the soldier or whatever that you picked. It has all of the icons, and then as soon as you eliminate somebody, it has the X over it, or I think it just goes dark. Has everything like CS:GO. When you die, the only cool thing is that when you die, you can still control the cameras. If you're defending, right? I forget who gets control of the camera. I think if you're defending the house, you get.
Well,
control
if you
of the
left
cameras.
if you're attacking and you left your
car,
RC,
your little
whatever,
RC, yeah.
and you could go to.
But you can't move it, so you got to make sure you park it in like a really good place. That's the only thing with that.
But overall, though, the game is awesome.
It was fun.
Playability.
It was fun. There's definitely replayability, but like how much exactly? Like, I'm not gonna. I don't know. I feel like that's gonna be another Evolve, where we're gonna play it for like a week and then gone.
You know what's the problem there? We played the shit out of these fucking. You know?
We didn't play Evolve that much.
Well,
we didn't
you
play.
Didn't play that much.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't get a chance to play. what was the racing game? The car game? The Crew? Yeah, I feel like that was another game where we
got
were
stuck. We couldn't beat the snow racing area, and we got stuck.
Is that really what happened? Because
That's what happened with me. I fucked this game.
I don't remember what happened. I know me and Jake, like, we fucking played a lot. That game, at least we played a lot. Like, I feel like I thoroughly enjoyed it.
What happened? See, it's called the Crew. You have to get your crew, but once your crew doesn't make it to your level, you're like,
exactly. Exactly. So we started going back, and that game introduced a lot of cool things that I enjoyed. But no, yeah, we started going back to help you guys to get, back up to our level. And once we did that, like, we were also gaining, material so that we can better our cars. So at the same time, like, I didn't mind going back, but something happened. I don't remember what. That everybody just kind of poof disappeared.
Mine is the fact that I was stuck in that stupid like area that I keep falling off the cliff. I'll be doing good, and I don't know. Bullet Head's frustration kind of gets to me sometimes.
Yeah.
It starts getting pissed. I'm like, oh god, okay, this is a racing game. That's a frustration you get from like Call of Duty or something like that.
No, yeah, he gets mad for like any game. It's funny, dude. Like when we were playing Siege, like so the thing with Siege also is that every bit of damage that gets done to you gets archived. So when you die, it tells you like a breakdown, like this much damage was done by this gun, like percentage wise, or by percentage wise and by who. So each person that shot you or did damage to you via whatever, it gives you a breakdown of all of that. So every time I would see some sort of friendly fire from him, and I only get friendly fire from him for some odd reason. And yeah, go figure, right? So, so every time that would happen, I would go back when we would spawn in. I would just kill him. So we would start one man short, and it fucking pissed him off every time. It was so funny. I felt bad after a while. I was like, all right, let me leave him alone. But still, like, I don't know. I just got mad that he shot me.
I mean, it's exactly said. I think it is something in which we're gonna play temporarily until there's more DLC. Because I mean, granted, we played it a whole damn week. All we had was just one, map. Well, not one map. One like one world. Multiplayer game mode to be sharing. Yeah. I can only imagine, more things get unlocked.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't. The maps are great. Hopefully, there's more maps.
A boss kicking out. Maybe that's why. It reminds me of the days from C.
From what?
4, which is like, yo.
Oh, COD 4.
W. Much clutchness, man. I mean, the clutch. I had like 3 clutch moments in that.
The fact that you need a team and definitely need like communication to go forward with anything.
Scratching of mics, right?
Huh?
Scratching of mics.
Yeah, scratching of mics, exactly. The fact that you need that is really... I mean, you just need to be alert. Like, you really got to put yourself in that perspective. Like, oh shit, we need to take over this building, or if we need to defend this building, where could they possibly come from? What could we possibly do to prevent them from going here? Where can I hide and poke a hole so that I could shoot through in case I see somebody? Like, all of these things, like, every little bit matters, and that's pretty awesome. Like, that's why I really enjoyed that game, which is why I want to get it, but I don't know if I will. Like, it kind of all depends on you guys, but I guess that kind of goes for everybody. Everybody's like, oh, it depends on you guys. It depends on you guys. To the point where...
I'll be the one to get it, and then
everybody follows suit. Yeah.
I hope they follow me.
I will. I'll tell you that. But yeah, I'm good. You guys good?
Good.
I'm real mad at this Xbox thingy thing.
What thingy?
I'm trying to look at how many hours you put in on the Crew, and it's like impossible to find nowadays.
Really?
Before it would be very easy. I go to like your list. It'd be like, here's all the games you played, and it'd be easy.
Have you been having issues with the Xbox app on Windows 10?
No.
So lately,
my computer's not broken like yours.
Lately, yeah, fuck off. Lately, when you when I go into it, it says you have to sign in,
I
and
don't have that.
I sign in, and then it's like unable to sign in. Go to Xbox.com to sign in. And I'm like, wait, what? So I go to Xbox.com to sign in. It works. I'm like, okay, so it's not a password or anything. Go back on the app, and the app works just fine.
I never had that.
I don't get it. I don't understand why it does that. But anyways, I think that's gonna wrap up 116.
Cool.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I completely blanked out on outros.
Doesn't matter. Bye.
All right, play to your drill. There you go. Bye, guys.